The next day, Liam is called to meet Princess Scarlet, but this time, she isn't in disguise. He knows he has to be careful with how he speaks to her. Liam enters her palace and kneels before her, but Scarlet doesn't want to waste time on formalities. She orders a chair to be brought for Liam and mentions she's heard about him defeating an armored caterpillar and a giant frog. She's especially impressed by how he killed the frog without using high-level magic, as it's the first time anyone has managed to do that. However, Scarlet is even more interested in Liam's familiars. She asks him to show her what they can do. Liam realizes that she's trying to use her authority to make him obey, but he doesn't want to comply. He firmly tells her that he refuses to turn his familiars into a show. Scarlet is surprised and asks if he really plans to refuse a direct request from a noble. Liam doesn't change his answer, even though he's prepared for her anger. To his surprise, Scarlet laughs. She finds it amusing that Liam is the first person she's met who stands by his morals, even when faced with authority. She decides to reward him for this. She announces that from now on, Liam will hold the title of Baron. Liam is shocked. He doesn't think he did anything to deserve such a title, but Scarlet is a princess, and she can do whatever she wants. With this, Liam's family will lose their noble status. But Scarlet still has something else to give him. She hands him a familiar contract grimoire. Liam is much more excited about this than the title of Baron, so he thanks her a lot. He leaves the palace, eager to practice with his new grimoire. A little later, Liam is sitting in the forest, reading the grimoire, and he can use the spells inside with ease. But he knows the contracts won't be permanent until he masters the book. While practicing, Liam sees his brother Bruno approaching. Liam is surprised because Bruno got married and left home some time ago. He asks why Bruno is here, and Bruno explains he just wanted to hang out with his brother. He also wants to congratulate Liam for becoming a baron, saying it's a huge achievement. Bruno tells Liam that now he outranks their father, which confuses Liam since their father is a count and Liam is only a baron. Bruno explains that barons are technically lower ranked than counts, but in their country, nobles are divided into two groups: those who inherit their titles and those who earn them through achievements. People who earn their titles are seen as more impressive. Liam didn't know this, but even though he outranks his father now, he doesn't really care. He's more interested in learning magic. As Liam walks to the halls, he runs into Albrecht and greets him, but Albrecht ignores him rudely. Liam is left wondering why Albrecht is so upset. Meanwhile, Albrecht is fuming with anger. He can't stand that his younger brother is somehow overshadowing him. As he walks through the palace, he overhears a couple maids talking about Liam's recent achievements. This makes Albrecht even angrier, and he shouts at the maids, telling them that if they think Liam is so great, they should quit and work for him instead. The maids quickly realize that Albrecht is jealous of Liam, so they apologize to him, but Albrecht isn't finished yet. He asks them if they think Liam is better than him. The answer is obvious, though. One of the maids is a magic prodigy who earned a title at the age of 12, while Albrecht has never done anything impressive in his life. However, since the maids don't want to lose their jobs, they lie and tell Albrecht that he is better than Liam. Albrecht walks away, still furious, and vows to prove that he is better than his brother. He swears he will accomplish something great too. The next day, Liam meets Asuna and Jody in town. The three of them have become quite popular, mostly because Jody and Asuna are so beautiful. As a result, every guy in the crowd is glaring at Liam out of jealousy. Liam wants to officially form a party with them, but he doesn't want to force them into anything. So, he asks if they're okay with the idea. Neither Asuna nor Jody has any problem with it, so they agree to form a party with him. Later that day, the three of them head out into the forest for a mission. While they're there, Jody uses her bow and arrow to strike a wolf in the neck, weakening it. Asuna quickly runs in and finishes it off with her sword. Liam compliments Asuna, telling her that she's gotten much faster since becoming a familiar. Speaking of improvements, Jody notices that her eyesight has improved and that she no longer suffers from old lady vision, since the contract made her younger. Liam asks her if it's always good to have better eyesight. Jody says she'd never say no to better vision, especially since she's an archer. Liam raises his hand and casts an enhancement spell on Jody's eyes, allowing her to see much farther than she could before. Asuna asks him what he just did, and Liam explains that he used a basic enhancement spell to improve Jody's vision. Asuna thinks it sounds amazing and asks Liam to cast the same spell on her. However, Liam doesn't think it's a good idea. He could probably enhance her combat power, but it would be risky because there's a high chance she could break her bones under the strain of the new strength. Boosting vision, on the other hand, has no real drawbacks. With her improved vision, Jody can now easily hit targets that are far away with her bow. She's really thankful to Liam for helping her. After a long day of hunting, Liam and the others return to the guild, only to find it in chaos. They ask what happened and are told that Albrecht caused a huge mess by breaking the forest seal. Liam immediately realizes that Albrecht must have tried to defeat the monster sealed in the forest out of jealousy. He feels partially responsible for this, so he quickly runs out to the forest to assess the situation. When they arrive, the scene is worse than they could have imagined. Dozens of soldiers are badly injured, and many others are already dead. Liam is horrified. He spots Albrecht lying on the ground, injured, and runs over to check on him. However, as soon as Albrecht sees Liam, he jumps up in a panic and starts yelling that he hasn't failed yet. Just then, the guild master hits Albrecht on the head with a stick, annoyed by the situation and Albrecht's frantic behavior. After Albrecht is taken away, the guild master approaches Liam and thanks him for coming. Asuna asks about what's going on, and the guild master explains that the dragon fiend Radon was once sealed in the forest by Liam's great-grandfather. Albrecht, in his jealousy, had undone the seal in a failed attempt to kill Radon, which has now set the monster loose. The guild master says they know how to reseal the beast, and that he's already gathered everyone needed to do it. But there's a problem. Radon's children, the little Radons, are causing all the damage. If the little ones can cause this much destruction, the real Radon will be even worse. Luckily, Radon has been sealed for so long that it will take about a week for him to regain his full strength and attack. If they can reseal him before then, they can prevent a disaster. Liam is determined to help, so he rushes to Radon's location. When they arrive, they find Radon being guarded by 3 little Radons. The little Radons are small, so Asuna decides to try attacking them, but as she charges in, one of the little Radons shoots a fireball at her. Although she dodges it, the tree behind her is completely destroyed. Liam tries using his magic missiles to attack, but the little Radons counter with their fireballs. Liam is unsure what to do next since his strongest attack spell didn't work on them. However, he still has one more trick. He orders Asuna to take Jody and run as the little Radons charge at Liam. Before they can reach him, Liam opens another world gate and traps all 3 Radons inside. They fall into the gate and are trapped. The guild master is shocked that Liam managed to defeat all 3 little Radons on his own. Liam himself is surprised as well, since it was a very close call. Now that the little Radons can't interfere, the team can focus on resealing Radon without further obstacles. The guild master orders everyone to start sealing Radon again. While this is happening, Asuna and Jody return to Liam's side, and he's relieved to see they're okay. They ask Liam about the spell he used to defeat the little Radons. Liam explains that it's a spell that creates a separate dimension. He trapped the little Radons inside, and at his current level of mastery, when he closes the gate, everything inside disappears, so there's no risk of them escaping. Suddenly, Liam hears a voice in his head, and the next moment, he is pulled into Radon's mind. Radon calls Liam a human with an immense soul and asks him who he is. Liam doesn't understand the question, thinking he's just a normal human. But Radon isn't convinced. He can clearly see that Liam's body and soul don't match. Liam realizes that Radon might be referring to the fact that he was reincarnated into Liam Hamilton's body. He wonders if Radon knows the reason behind it, but Radon doesn't have any answers. What Radon does know is that Liam's life is going to be an interesting one. He offers to make a deal with Liam. Radon wants to accompany him through his life and promises not to harm Liam or anyone around him. He also offers to help Liam improve his skills. Since Liam doesn't sense any danger from Radon, he agrees to the deal. Suddenly, Radon's body begins to dematerialize and is absorbed into Liam's soul, leaving a dragon mark on his hand. Liam can feel Radon's power flowing through him. Curious, he decides to test his new abilities. Liam fires a magic missile into the sky, but to his surprise, he can now control and fire 17 spells at once. This must be thanks to the power Radon gave him. However, using Radon's power has some negative side effects. Everyone around Liam starts to get headaches from being exposed to such dense mana. Liam notices this and realizes his mana is the cause. He quickly suppresses it and apologizes for being thoughtless. As a gesture of goodwill, he offers a guild master 10 kilograms of gold dust to help pay for the treatment of those who were badly injured in the fight. That night, Liam meets with his father, who thanks him for preventing a great disaster caused by Albrecht's short-sightedness. His father also mentions that James is still in town, so word of Liam's accomplishment will soon reach the royal capital. That night, Liam goes to bed, but when he wakes up the next morning, he realizes that 2 new spells have appeared in his head. He rushes outside to test them. After several hours of practice, he finally manages to use one of them and summons a small Radon. With a bit more practice, he hopes to master his new powers completely. Liam is playing with the little Radon, which is still more like a cute pet than a combat ally for now. While he's enjoying the moment, Princess Scarlet walks up behind him and notices the magic Liam just used as holy magic. She's impressed that, at such a young age, Liam is capable of using holy magic. However, Scarlet isn't here to talk about that. She's come to reward Liam for defeating the Dragon Fiend. She wanted to grant him a higher title of nobility, but the other nobles oppose the idea of promoting a landless child too quickly. Instead, she gives him the Order of the Phoenix, 3rd class. While she's there, she asks Liam how he managed to defeat the dragon. Depending on his answer, she might declare him a national hero. When Liam reveals that he absorbed the Dragon Fiend, Scarlet is horrified. She's unsure what to think, but she still knows he used holy magic, so maybe he's not as bad as she feared. She warns him to keep that detail secret. The next day, Liam receives a chest with 3,000 gold coins as hush money. He doesn't fully understand why Scarlet wants him to stay quiet, but he decides to go along with it.